Thank you so much, because you have been one of those male champions that we have seen for many years on issues of women. As I stand to support this motion and to really appreciate my leader, Honorable Esther Passaris, for bringing in this motion at a time when we talk of love that has become a dark love that has brought more darkness than the love we thought about. Love that has removed the book of Timothy, chapter 13, from our faces and given us something else. Mr. Speaker, in Kenya today, we have robust laws. The framework is there on issues of gender. But on the 27th of January, Mr. Speaker, when women and men were coming out to just call upon the government to come in and see what is this that has just hit Kenya, that we can lose 10 women in January and more because we have more who we have not, we don't know whether they have also found themselves or their families have been able to go and report. But more importantly, Mr. Speaker, the worrying trend is that we have normalized gender-based violence in Kenya. We have made it a very normal issue now. There is nothing as brutal, Mr. Speaker, as femicide. It's extreme. It is the worst violence any person can go through. And even when I look at the stories we are getting, it's not just in Kenya. You find a Kenyan who was in the US, you decide to brutal, kill your wife, kill your girlfriend, throw the girlfriend's body at the airport, and you just take a plane and come back to Kenya. And when you're in Kenya, Mr. Speaker, Kaneva walks into the cells and comes out and says, I just walked out. Then now you wonder, what just happened to Kenya? What happened to our security forces? Yes, I know people will start saying the women, but honestly, this is love. Nobody is pushing the other. Why would you do that? So for me, Mr. Speaker, the most worrying thing is that we must go back to the judiciary and request the judiciary, Mr. Speaker, that if we have a case of someone who has raped, someone who has murdered, honestly, you don't need to give a bail to this person, because the moment you go back, and when I was listening to Lillian Mheshimiwa, she's crying that we have someone who has just walked out of the cells, is now back in the village, and even the body is not yet buried of this woman. So you can imagine, Mr. Speaker, what this guy is saying, that he is okay, he is in control. There is nothing you can do. After all, he has gone to the cells of Homabay, and now he's back in the streets of Homabay, walking so gently without disregarding completely the fear he has just put to many of the members of that family that is mourning, but more importantly, just to imagine that we can be here listening. I want to request the CS internal security that in Homabay, since we have this case now, and they know the people, they know the chief, can first the chief be suspended, put aside for them to understand that case. Mr. Speaker, I would humbly also request that it is time the leadership to talk about it. Keeping quiet sends a very chilling fear in the country. It is important for them to raise a voice. And that voice will help for people to realize there are things that are happening that is wrong. We have given people, I want to finalize by just saying, as much as we have agreed people to walk into our airport, we have not told them to come and mayhem our girls because of what they want to achieve in their witchcrafts or any other things they are thinking. They want bodies, because you cannot just mayhem and cut somebody's head if you are not a witchcraft or a witch going to use it for your witchcraft, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, I beg to support, and I really cry for the women of this country, and more importantly, please.
The Honorable Kimani, Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this chance to add my voice to this discussion. And from the onset, I'd like to congratulate the County Member of Parliament